Hi guys, welcome back to Spelling and Word Study. My name is Mrs. Rhodes and I'm here to get you started on Unit 28, CI or SH words. Please take a second to gather your materials. You will need your green book open to page 173. You'll also need some colorful pens, markers, or crayons. Remember, whatever I mark on the board, you should be marking on your page. Please save room for a key as well. If at any point I'm moving too fast, please pause the video and catch up. All right, so the first thing I want you to notice is that we have a lot of big words this week, a lot of great vocabulary. So to make it a little bit easier for you to pronounce the words, I have broken them into syllables by using these purple vertical lines, and I have used orange check marks to signify the stressed syllable. Remember, that's the part of the word that we say a little bit louder and stronger. So if you'd like to go ahead and add your own syllable breaks and stress marks, you may do that now. All right, so for the last few weeks, we have been focusing on the middle of words. We spent a lot of time earlier this year looking at suffixes, specifically derivational suffixes that change the part of speech. But now we're looking at some of those more advanced and unusual spelling patterns. So for instance, last week we looked at a ton of big words that had the letter I in the middle, only the letter I made a long E sound. Well, this week, all of our words contain the CI chunk. However, we are not going to hear the soft C sound in most of these words. Most of the time, when we see that CI in the middle of a word, we are going to pronounce it sh, like like an SH. There are a couple examples here where it takes on a ch sound or a s sound. But for the most part, when we see the CI combination in the middle of a word, we're going to pronounce it sh. So let's start by reading our list. Please repeat after me and listen for that sh chunk in each word. Here we go. Appreciation, association, atrocious, beneficial, depreciate, electrician, insufficient, judicious, magician, malicious, mathematician, musician, pediatrician, physician, politician, sociable, specialty, suspicious, technician, unconscious. All right, please choose a color. And what I want you to do is mark up the CI in appreciation. Do you hear that sh sound right here? We see it again in atrocious, beneficial, depreciate, electrician, insufficient. Notice, by the way, that I never separate the C and the I. They're always together in a syllable. Judicious, magician, malicious, mathematician, musician, pediatrician, physician, politician, sociable, specialty, suspicious, technician. Okay, so out of our 20 words this week, 18 of them are using that CI pattern to make a sh sound. Now you'll notice I skipped number 2. That's because there are really 2 ways to pronounce this word. You can give it a sh sound in words like associate or association, but I've heard a lot of people make it more of an S sound. Associate, associate, association. So it's really up to you, but I just want to draw your attention to that, that even though this word also has a CI, I often hear it pronounced as a S. And then I also skipped number 20. And that's because in the word unconscious, we have SCI, those three letters together, unconscious. They make a ch sound, which is much more common after an N. Words like conscious, conscience, conscientious, financial. I think I wrote down a couple others. Nope, that's it. All of these words that have an N preceding the CI or the SCI take on more of a ch sound. There's something about that N that turns this into a ch. So over here, purple box equals SCI, but that's going to make a ch sound. Okay, what I want to do next is talk about our vocabulary, because we have a lot of great words this week. In order to understand what these words mean, we're going to focus a lot on their suffixes. You guys have gotten really comfortable with suffixes now, so sometimes you can just look at the end of a word and know right away if it's supposed to be used as a noun, a verb, or an adjective. Well, I want to start by teaching you a new suffix, and it is IAN. So here we see it in electrician, and I'm actually just going to put the box all the way around that chunk, that CIAN, electrician. That signifies a person who works with electricity. An electrician is somebody that comes into your house and replaces outlets or changes the wiring. An electrician is a person who works with electricity. A magician is a person who works with magic. Notice, by the way, that both of these words start with a hard C, electric, magic, but when we add that IAN suffix to them, the C changes from a hard K to a soft sh. Okay, so an electrician works with electricity. A magician works with magic. A mathematician works with mathematics, otherwise known as math. A musician works with music. A pediatrician handles pediatric cases. Pediatrics is medicine that's specifically geared towards children. Okay, so if you go to medical school and you specialize in pediatrics, you will probably become a pediatrician, a doctor for kids. Now, a physician is a doctor. But here's one of those words that don't really make sense, because a physician is not someone who is an expert at physics or works with physics. But a physician does know a lot about the physical body, right? Because a physician is a doctor, a medical doctor. A politician is a person who knows a lot about politics. They spend their lives running for office or holding political positions. And then a technician is really good at technical stuff. So an automotive technician is really good at fixing cars. He or she can use all kinds of machines to fix cars. A pharmacy technician is really good with pharmacy stuff. A lab technician is really good in a laboratory. So anytime you see the word technician, this is a person who has been specially trained to handle the technical aspect of a job. Either they need to know how to use the equipment or they need to have a lot of background knowledge, okay? So a technician is a person with a lot of technical knowledge. Okay, so all of these things in blue have an IAN suffix, and they represent a type of person, okay? When you get to page 176, you're going to take a whole bunch of words that end with that ick sound: politic, mathematic, pediatric, electric, statistic, magic, music, and you are going to turn all of those adjectives to nouns, to, so someone who is really good at politic is a politician, someone who's really good at magic is a magician, someone who's really good at music is a musician, okay? So you're going to create your own little word bank here, and then use what you know about these words to fill in the sentences on the bottom. Okay, so let's continue with our vocabulary. So appreciation, association, that T-I-O-N ending tells us that we have a noun on our hands, right? So if you show someone your appreciation, you show someone your thanks. You let them know that you are grateful for having them in your life, or you are grateful for something kind they did for you. Association could be a group of people that work together for a certain cause. So like a homeowners association would be a group of people that all live in the same community. But your association with certain people might mean like the group of people you hang out with, okay? So association has to do with like grouping, I guess. People you mingle with or people you work with. Okay, atrocious. Well, you know that OUS words are usually adjectives. So if something's atrocious, it's very bad. Like I could try to speak French to you right now, but you probably wouldn't understand me because my accent is atrocious. Some people have atrocious handwriting or atrocious spelling. It just means really, really bad. Words that end with AL are often adjectives. So beneficial is an adjective, and it means good or healthy. As a matter of fact, any word that starts with ben, benefit, benefactor, is going to have something to do with good or goodness. So if something is beneficial, it's good for you, right? Sleep, a good night's sleep is beneficial to your health. Depreciate. Well, words that end with ATE are often verbs. If something depreciates, the value gets less or lower. So to depreciate means to get lower or go lower in value. So maybe you own some stocks in the stock market and they're doing really well, but then the market changes and now your stocks are depreciating. So instead of being worth $100, maybe now they're only worth $80. Okay, so to depreciate is to go down in value. To appreciate, by the way, is the opposite. It means to go up in value. We talked about an electrician. That's a person who works with electricity. Insufficient. ENT endings often signify adjectives. And we know that the prefix in often means not. So sufficient means enough. Insufficient means not enough. So if you head to the ATM and you try to withdraw $100, but there's only $90 in your account, they're not going to let you take the money. You're going to get a notice, a message on the board, on the screen, saying that there are insufficient funds. There is not enough money to meet your request. Judicious, there's another adjective, right? O-U-S, atrocious, judicious. If someone is judicious, it means they use good judgment, showing good judgment. So if you buy 3 boxes of Girl Scout cookies and you eat them all in one day, that is not being judicious. If you have a couple cookies today, you save a few more for tomorrow and a few more the next day, and you pace yourself, that is being judicious, right? Making good judgment, being wise. Okay, we talked about magician, person who works with magic. Malicious, here's another adjective. Remember I said anything that starts with ben means good? Well, anything that starts with mal means bad. Think about malware, or if someone's maladapted or maladjusted, malevolent. There's lots of words. But if someone is malicious, they're purposely cruel. Okay, so if I'm walking down the hall and I bump into the kid next to me because I'm not looking where I'm going, that's not malicious. It might be careless, it's accidental, it's not malicious. If I go down the hall and purposely shove the kid next to me or in front of me, that is malicious. I am doing it on purpose to be cruel or mean. We talked about a mathematician, we talked about a musician, we talked about a pediatrician and a physician and a politician. Okay, sociable. Words that end with that suffix able, mean that you can do something. If someone's likable, they're able to be liked, right? If someone's sociable, they're able to socialize. They can carry on a conversation with other people. They're friendly and chatty. Okay, that's a positive character trait, to be a sociable person. A specialty is a noun. If you, going back to what we were saying about medical doctors, when you go to medical school, you're going to have to specialize. There's just too much to learn, right? So you have to choose a specialty. Are you going to be a podiatrist who specializes in feet? Are you going to be a neurologist who specializes in the brain? Are you going to be a pediatrician who specializes in children's health? Pediatrics, neurology, podiatry, those are your specialties. Those are the things you specialize in. Suspicious, another adjective, right? If you are suspicious, you think that something's up. You're always watching, right? Looking for trouble. We talked about a technician. And then the last word, unconscious. So this tells us it's an adjective. The prefix un at the beginning of an adjective means not. So if you are unconscious, you are not awake. However, being asleep and being unconscious are not the same thing. If a person is asleep, it's pretty easy to wake them up by gently shaking them on the shoulder, by yelling, by making a loud noise. A person who's asleep will wake up easily. A person who's unconscious is in a very, very deep sleep. Maybe they're in a coma. Maybe they've had a head injury. Maybe they're having surgery and the doctor has used medication to make them unconscious. But when a person is unconscious, that's more of a medical condition, and it's very, very hard to wake them up. All right. That's all I have for you today. Remember, our focus is that CI sh sound, unless it comes before an N and then it's more of a ch sound, okay? Use what you know about prefixes and suffixes this week to help you with your spelling and your vocabulary. All right, that's all I have for you today. Good luck, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.